Hey guys, and welcome to the last part of Sinister Rising. And before we beat the final boss of the game and do all of that jazz, figured we'd go here since this will be the last time we'll ever get to go to the store. So best to just max out our health and get everything that we need just in case, you know, shit ends up south. It's always best to have more Mountain Dew and adrenaline shots and hook pills because they benefit greatly. Because we've pretty much got what we need. I mean, we've got the triple flag bombs, so they'll definitely come in handy. And let's make our way back to the swamp because we've got everything. Let's save before we'll go in to the top area, which we now can access because we have the Cloud 9 key. Sweet. Playboys! So you beat Doodle and those dogs below, alright? But up here is a different story now, Playboy. You hear? You'll regret it. The guys with me ain't nothing to sneeze at. You're not gonna chase us out of here now. I was guided here for a reason, and I will move out of Goofy's house as a result of today. Well, how about I show you then the difference between a nerd like Doodle and those ranters, and the man who goes by the rant god himself. Alright, so we now get to fight Flex, and let's use Flago just because normally I'd keep using the autism attack since if it worked for Sketch, it should work for Flex too, just because, oh that rhymed, but obviously because autism is good to use against Cloud 9 type people, but I'm gonna try using Flago just since I know that Flex got flagged way back in 2012 when he went by St. Patrick's and not St. Paddy's. So hopefully it should do more damage than the autism attacks. Plus we don't have the highest autism attack yet because Mitch hasn't leveled up yet. So just gotta use the next best thing. Stuttering. Goddamn. I'm not sure when about Flex will. Oh, now. Wait for it. Well then, Playboy, looks like you may be worth introducing to my boys. Waiting. Waiting. Follow me, beaver face. See you upstairs, loser. Alright. So now, since we've defeated Flex, we can just go back to Goofy's house. The rest of K9's gonna have to wait another 8 hours before Mitch completes his sleepover with Ego Bucket and Screwy. Also, on the note of that, another funny thing I remember Marvel saying was, like, him imagining whenever they're in a boss fight and Mitch is gonna heal, say, Joey. He just imagines like Mitch force feeding him mid-fight, just jamming it down his throat. Also, just to say, but these spikes are the fucking worst. These are gonna be quite a challenge, and because of that floating piece of shit's in the way, I'll just wait for it to get me since it's trying its best to trip me up. And hey, it's working. All right, hurry up. Okay, let's just use. Hopefully Flago should be enough to kill this guy, but we'll see. Hell yeah. So I fucking hate when they get in the way. Fucking big jerks. Alright, let's try and time this good. And I think we got hit. Yeah. That's always the beginning part. For some reason I'm always awful at timing out. Like these parts I'm okay with, because they're a lot easier to kind of predict, but the ones down there, like the problem is I know which timing I'm supposed to do, because Marbles has told me and I know what he means when I look at it, but I just can't seem to really do it. I think I might have to fight this guy. But yeah, I'm always off by a slight millisecond at that very beginning bit, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Okay. Why do these fucking assholes have to block my path? Alright, so we've got Rock fucking Rick McGinnis, aka Rocco Moretti, who was a good man, who used to be in Cloud9, and he was actually saying on Facebook that he might come back, like way back in maybe 2017, but he never said anything after that, so maybe he just got busy. But yeah, for those who weren't around, Ricky had this different account called Rocco, and I'm pretty sure his video called The Amazing Atheist Fat and Retarded is on TJ's ED, which I think is pretty funny. He also did that breastfeeding video where he was like, how comes if a man sticks his dick in a dog, it's wrong, but a woman does it to a baby and it's okay? Which is quite possibly like the best analogy I've ever heard. Also, with these ghost critters, one thing worth mentioning is that regular attacks will not work on them, obviously, because they're not physical. So stuff like Flago and shit is really your best bet against those types of people, especially Ego's attacks. You know, if they don't miss, then they actually do a pretty good job at, you know, actually doing something, as opposed to if you hit her with, like, Mitch's sword or Michael's, you know, fucking, what's it, Michael's fucking, like, suit case? I'm retarded. That took me a while to say, but yeah, like, if you attack them with anything physical, they're just not gonna go down. One more should do it, and then Ricky should be pretty much dead. We got a lot of experience for that, goddamn. Hey, we got a hurt most, fuck yeah. Okay, should be careful with this part. God damn it. Well, at least we can use a hurt most, which is like definitely just gonna fucking one-shot Ricky. Hopefully this should just do its trick. And screw his attack. Thank God for that. Now we can finally get to the switch. Hell yeah. I'll have the switches off. Fucking great, since we can actually heal up without having to walk through the nightmare all over again. Because if, you know, we got into a fight and I was like, well, let's go back, we'd have to time everything again. Probably end up hitting the spikes a bunch of times because I'm not the best at timing. So, really this is just the safest bet. But it does feel good to just be able to walk all the way through this entire area. And, like, Mitch could straight up take a nap on these tiles and not have to worry about it at all because the spikes are off. It just feels fucking great. Make our way to the top. Save before we do. And make ourselves to the final boss. We are the Cerberus. You step before us, the Master of Masters, the King of Kings. Long have we waited for this moment. Anyone who could make it this far deserves a place under us. What do you say to that? I say no. Then if you will not work under us, you may rest 6 feet under us. And now we'll have the Maestro. I think that's how it's pronounced. And my plan of attack for this fight is just to make sure at least one person, specifically Ego, is the Mountain Dew Dispatcher, since as much as attacking all of the enemies with all of your teammates always is a good feeling, the smart thing to do is just to make sure everyone's health and focus is always at a safe level, since they can throw in attacks out left field that can fucking kill your team. However, if we just keep to this same cycle of just rinse and repeat, then we should be able to be fine. Just so long as I don't, you know, get cocky and then turn and say, well, let's just make sure Ego uses an attack. Now, the Maestro has switched its head to marbles. So, got totally different attacks now. And I remember the last time fighting marbles, some of his attacks straight up fucking put my characters in a really bad advantage. So I'm just waiting for him to pull out the attack which fucked me up the last time. this one. That dealt like 151 damage to Screwy, so if we didn't have someone who was consistently always going ham with the Mountain Dew, always making sure that the focus is at a decent level, then we'd just be fucked. So, now we've got Flex now. So, we should just be able to keep doing the same attacks. I do know though that Marbles is supposed to weaken your entire team to a point that Flex is able to just fucking one-shot and kill like a good portion of your team, which actually happened the first time I was beating this boss, and that's why I was stressed about saving, because if I didn't save, like right as I was about to do it and I had to walk up all of those like fucking traps again, it would have killed me. Figuratively and literally. But thankfully the only people being killed here are the Cerberus, and we get a shitload of experience for that, so I'm just gonna let it count all the way down, just because it's a nice feeling to watch it go down. Is that all you got? Ha? Do you think We the Mightiest would be finished only after the warm-up? Young Mitch, we were simply allowing you to experience hope before it's all taken away. The Maestro reveals their true form. Before Mitchell and his friends stood the fearsome Cerberus of the tower. Lordy. What say you now? Has fear paralyzed you, Spurg? Your hands are shaking. Mitchell indeed experienced a great fear. The creature towered over him at no less than 4 meters. But the then familiar mental voice of the Pendant Seeker spoke. This is it. This is the source of my awakening. You must defeat this enemy and seal them away with me. Are you talking to that sword? Plant me firmly into their heart. Into their heart. That's enough of your autistic space-out mumbling. We're taking the initiative. And now we've got to fight the final boss. The true final boss, which is the Cerberus. And this is what the triple flag bombs were for. So, I'm just gonna go ham and use all of them just because Cerberus is really fucking strong. Jesus Christ. So yeah, we're gonna have to use someone else to throw that other triple flag bomb out there, but hopefully 4 should just do it. Yeah, because 3 definitely doesn't. So, use Mitch, use the Mountain Dew guys just in case, and Screwbacker is dead, that's awesome. I thought that was going to kill Mitch, not gonna lie, I was a little scared. And the Cerberus is fucking beat, baby. Fuck yeah, 500 experience for that. So, fucking Michael and Screwy both leveled up, and by the looks of it, it looks like everyone's gonna fucking level up and then some, goddamn. Hell yeah, maxed up. But yeah, we beat the final boss, so anyways, let's move on. What? How did you? It's all a lesson I learned throughout this journey. Tenacity. I hope I pronounced that. Looks like I gotcha. Grrrr. Our reign was supposed to be everlasting. This isn't over, son of Goofy. We will regroup one day. Grrrr. Yeah, rest in peace. And we have beat Sinister Rising. Mitch had slain the Cerberus and escaped the dastardly swamp with his friends. The lands of Utubia would go on to make their own changes regardless. The future wasn't really changed all that much in hindsight. But today, young Mitchell had triumphed, if only for a moment, over his fears. Mitchell had become a man. And that is the game. Mitchell Tate, unsuccessful within YouTube, elected to get a real job as a dishwasher at the local bar and grill. Ego the Smeagol returned to his domain to sleep peacefully for the next decade and dream of a beautiful rubber wife. Michael Bucket was indicted for what he called asking the wrong questions after siphoning gasoline from parked cars to resell. Chewbacca began shaving after a legal incident with George Lucas and is currently attending community college. He is married with one daughter. Doodle was later adopted by Goofy to be Mitch's brother, but due to his size, was treated like a baby. And then graphics by Marvels and your boy. Hell yeah. Time to have a drink. Alrighty. So we've beat the main game, but that's not all I want to show you, since we'll have this little area which we can play Boss Rush, which we definitely want to do. And we will complete the challenge for a secret password, but I won't show you what the password is, just because obviously I want you guys to figure that out for yourself. And this is the first time I think I'm actually showing what Boss Rush looks like in this game, because when I was first playing Sinister I didn't want to spoil the cheat code, but since I can easily cut that out, I should be fine. So we just gotta plow through, which should be an easy time. Just make sure not to go crazy with your specialties on the first people, just since you don't want to be in a situation where you're using Mitch's entire focus to take down enemies like Baron and shit, where obviously they were very low level enemies, so oh shit. But low level enemies, but generally stuff like Ego's attack will be very effective, and yep. So if we use something like a hurt mod to take that person down, that would have just been a waste of focus, as you can see. And one of the things I really like about Boss Rush is that because the enemies are the same, you also get the same rewards that you would get when you were just playing the game normally. So say if one of these bosses has a Mountain Dew that you win, you'll end up getting it because, well, obviously, you know, they're the same character, so we just gotta plow through this guy. I think now should be a good point to start using specialties, just because I remember this guy taking the entire episode of one part, if I'm not mistaken. And he is down. And now this is where I say, you know, start using your specialties, but use them very sparingly, because I'm not going to use shit like a hurt most, just because a hurt most is obviously a very high focus thing, so best to just generally use mild specialties which deal out pretty good damage, because obviously doing Boss Rush our characters are maxed the fuck out and the best they could ever be, so you don't really have to worry too much about wasting specialties on early ones, because you'll need the specialty for the harder enemies in Boss Rush. Also, at this rate, we might be able to level Screwy up, since obviously we'll gain experience and all this stuff from winning the enemies, so, you know, like shit like the Goof Tooth and shit like that are obviously going to be stuff we'll gain from this fight, for example, which we should be able to beat in either this go or the next go. Alrighty. And use the Bloody Bucket special, and that should be enough to take down just Goofy. And you down. Get out of here. Now we'll have the Spurg Worms all over again, which hopefully they don't, because obviously with the Assumption Bomb, it has a chance of hitting you, but it's very rare, so we'll see if this is one of them. God damn. I just love how Ego's attack just takes him down in one go. Do your thing. And it misses, so we can just wail on fucking David and he should just go down in this shot. Yep. And now the amalgamation boss, which I do remember being easier than I actually planned in the last part, I think, because I expected it to go out a lot, you know. Like, I thought it was gonna take up more of a fight, but then Michael just comes in with the Bloody Bucket special and just fucking one-shotted them. It was great. So hopefully only 1 or 2 goes should be able to kill the amalgamation. And use him as the Mountain Dew dispatcher just because we're getting to a point where we'll have enough Mountain Dew to spare. And then on a Doodle, who I believe is a lot easier to take down than the amalgamation, which would make sense considering Doodle is obviously, the whole joke is that he uses other people. Well, I mean, I say it's the joke, but he like, literally does that, like uses people for his fucking, you know, Skype calls, because he can't debate himself. And now we have the Cerberus in human form, and the main plan of attack that I want to do for this is use Ego to help dispatch Mountain Dew just in case, and Screwy, and mainly just focus on taking out Sketch first, just because he can be quite a fucking nuisance in this boss rush. Damn, he went down quicker than I thought he would. Alright, so on to Flex now. We'll just use the heaviest autism attack and use the masking on Marbles just because that'll stop Marbles from throwing in little jabs here and there that'll fuck our characters up. Since it worked on Marbles, I might try it on Flex and see if it works on him as well. Hell yeah. Use on Flex, Bloody Bucket special, and then just go ham. Because it's not like Marbles is gonna do any attacks now, so we don't have to worry about the Mountain Dew dispatches too much. Because this should miss. And it didn't. That's scary. Ah, jeez. Ah, thank God for that. Okay, so just Marbles. So, Mountain Dew, just because obviously they were dealing some pretty heavy damage. So, better to be safe than sorry. As I really, really want to beat this boss rush. Just because I've never done it before. Because even in the call with Marbles, I just ended up... Like, it was too hard that I just eventually tapped out and he told me the password. Okay. One more should do it. Hopefully, at least. I mean, if Mitch stops fucking missing. Oh my god. Holy shit. Finally. Oh my god. I won. Well, time for a jump cut. Okay. So we are good. You guys didn't see that because I cut it out of the video. And we are finished in this part. So we are departing and heading back. Just to show you what this looks like. Since now Doodle lives with us. I want out! This place is killing me! Maybe after dinner though. He's making boiled potatoes. I love it. I love the additional bed as well now that he's in. Let's give Mitch the adrenaline shot just so he's alive. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up the entirety of Sinister Rising. So it's been good. Take care and have a good night. Later.